For Black History Month, I'm talking about the work of one Black biblical scholar or theologian every day, and today is Love Sechrest's book, Race and Rhyme, Rereading the New Testament. In this book, Sechrest introduces a method of biblical interpretation that she calls associative hermeneutics, where she finds analogies or rhymes between contemporary social circumstances and social circumstances that are evident in New Testament narratives. Sechrest's method of associative hermeneutics differs from a conventional ethical interpretation of Scripture, where the goal is to go to the biblical text in search of actions or characters worth performing or emulating in our contemporary context, in two significant ways. The first way her method differs is that conventional ethical interpretations of the Bible tend to only go one way. That is to say, they tend to only go from past to present. What people were doing then, we ought to do some variation of now. But Sechrest's method of associative hermeneutics goes both ways, and she does not hesitate to morally evaluate characters or situations in the past by more contemporary standards. And Sechrest's method is about more than just ethics and morality. She does not hesitate to use the past to help us understand the present, and does not hesitate to use the present to help us understand the past. The second significant difference between Sechrest's associative hermeneutics and a more conventional method of ethical interpretation of the Bible is that Sechrest is working within an explicit womanist framework, that is to say, a framework that privileges the voices and experiences of Black women and works towards their liberation. And as a result, any association or rhyme that could be found between contemporary social circumstances and the social circumstances in the New Testament narratives that would produce negative results for Black women and their communities is immediately ruled out. Sechrest then goes on to use this method of associative hermeneutics to make some interesting observations about the tensions between ethnic insiders and outsiders in the Gospel of Matthew, tensions between assimilation and authenticity in the Gospel of Luke, tensions between various gender-based stereotypes in the Gospel of John, and other interesting tensions throughout the epistles and the book of Acts. Sechrest's book is one of my favorite kinds of books in biblical studies because not only does it give you a variety of interesting arguments, but it also teaches you how to read the Bible in a new way. So if for some bizarre reason you happen to disagree with every single argument that she made, I find that very unlikely, but even if you did, you would still walk away from the text knowing how to read the Bible in a new way. And you'll have that knowledge for the rest of your life. Therever after, you'll be able to use Sechrest's method of associative hermeneutics to enliven your own readings of the biblical text. And that's just a wonderful thing for her to give to the reader of her book. Follow for more academic Bible content.